Right, let's start off. UFC 274 takeaways. Charles Oliveira doesn't need a belt to be crowned the best lightweight alive. Do you not agree?
I think so, yeah.
Because of his weight. So for people that don't know at home, Oliveira missed weight, and he's the first ever champion to actually miss weight, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Hey, can we just talk about how mad the group chat was?
It was mad. It was going off. The group chat was going off.
It was
we have
tense,
amongst
bro.
us. It was crazy. Everyone was involved because it was mad. Yeah. What's the thoughts on this, guys? What's the thoughts on the whole him missing weight, him retaining? Because I thought the UFC might have been confused about him missing weight and what to do at one stage. Like I was just saying so much different reports. That's the next thing.
This is the next thing.
Did he actually miss weight? Because obviously, I'm gonna add this into it. We're gonna go into it. Dana White, UFC will hire security guard for scales after Charles Oliveira nightmare weigh-in. So let's talk about it all,
bro.
Also, you saw that clip of Tony weighing in and jumping on the scale as well, right? So when he was weighing in, he was jumping on the scale. That might have affected the scale a little bit as well. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, what I think is, how can a man weigh half a pound over the limit, get an hour, and I'm sure in that hour he wasn't sitting down, bro. He was trying to cut that weight in an hour. He comes back, I see his demeanor, he comes back looking a little confident, bro. And then, you get me? It's the same thing, half a pound over, not even like a little bit off. I'm thinking, bro, something must be wrong with this girl. And think about it.
What Dana said about this girl, just to quickly throw it out there, is Dana was saying that what happens a lot is these Europeans blaming us. We come in, and we change we change to kgs and stuff, and it fucks up the scales, and he gets pissed off, and it's all mad, and it's happened before, and it's caused controversy before. So he's saying that there's a potential what could happen, hence why he's going to start putting security.
Why can't these men just go digital though? I don't understand.
This is what I was going to say, bro. Like, the maddest thing, bro, it's 2022, fam. Why are they weighing in like it's 1950, bro? Like, it's mad. Man. Like, because the thing is, he would have checked his weight on a digital scale before he hit that scale. So he would have known he's on weight. Because he's not going to show up, bro. He would have just left it to right at the end where he's on weight, then come. So it's like, why are they still using that scale?
There's something wrong with that scale. I promise you there's something wrong. Because, like, bro, he walked in, confident. He walked in confident.
You look like a man that was...
do you know what I mean?
He was confused when he was like...
Because I was watching it, live on BT Sport. So those guys, Bisping, Catterall, them, and they were there, and they were saying, right, like, there's only 10 minutes left, and Oliveira hasn't weighed in. This is a bit mad, though. So it was already that tension building. Then the way Oliveira came out, like, he was skipping up the steps. Do you know what I mean? And he just jumped on the scale. At that time, he didn't strip or nothing. He just jumped on the scale one time. And then they said he's half a pound over. He actually looked confused, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But then when you think back to Khabib, do you remember when he weighed in against Gaethje?
Yeah.
Bro, he looked mad relieved, bro. He was just like, and he just looked crazy relieved. I think there's something...
Do you know what? If you look back at the Habib one as well, do you know what's crazy about it? Is the scale didn't even fully tip before they just agreed.
They was like, safe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's something dodgy going on those scales. Just have it digital, because if we see it digitally, you know it's not gas talk, bro. It's right there for everyone to see.
And I'm not even like a conspiracy guy, but like think about like the sabotage. I'm not saying this would have happened, but like theoretically, right? Like, let's just say hypothetically, if we put that in Brazil and Justin Gaethje missed by 1 pound, right? Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, these Brazilians are corrupt." Blah blah blah. That was in fucking Arizona, bro. That's where Gaethje is from. Yeah. So when you think about it, they might have just been like, "All right, anything to give Justin some sort of edge, like we'll do." Do you get what I mean? So it's like that little, man. Like, because more than one person complained about that scale. It wasn't just Oliveira. So.
That's a very good point.
It's true, but I just think there's something
dodgy.
Yeah.
All right, I'll move on. Justin Gaethje calls Charles Oliveira less dangerous than Khabib Nurmagomedov. Questions champions resolve. Once a coward, always a coward.
Wait, did you do that after the fight? Please tell me this is pre-fight, bro. If this is after the fight, bro, this smack talk from my man, bro.
There's no way he said that after the fight.
There's no way.
Yeah, it would have been before the fight.
After getting put to sleep.
Yeah.
So it's before the fight.
Someone's less dangerous, bro. Man finished you quicker than Khabib did, bro.
Yeah. If he said it before the fight, it would make sense. If he said it after the fight, he's just an idiot.
It happened the same way. If anything, no, but Khabib's was more dangerous. He triangled you. Like, that's mad. He put you in a triangle, bro.
No, but Oliveira tried.
Oliveira almost
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
He
yeah,
almost
but
got
he
the
didn't.
triangle, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't. I'm saying he Khabib put you in the triangle.
But can you say that? Because in that fight, Gaethje was literally worried about him taking him down. That was the big, no, this can't happen.
Yeah.
But in this fight, Gaethje got caught.
Yeah.
And then when it did go down, it did go.
Because
it went
once
left.
he got caught
You get
once,
me?
and
But
he didn't get back up.
I'm not gonna lie. The way Gaethje got dropped though, he got dropped. Like when you look at Charles, he got dropped, but like he landed like on his shoulders and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Gaethje, bro, you could see that guy got dropped. Like any other fighter, they would have actually gone for the TKO finish.
He's never been dropped like that in his career before.
Really?
Justin Gaethje's never been dropped like that in his
You
career
see
before.
that, and you can see the shock on Gaethje's face, bro. Like the way he got dropped. But then obviously Charles, he was just like he's gonna go the jiu-jitsu route. But any other fighter, that could have ended in a TKO, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro. That could have ended with some elbows or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Wait, no, against Eddie Alvarez. Well, that was a knee though, wasn't it? Like he's never been like one shot, bang, like hit the mat.
Think about it. If that was
I can't
Conor,
recall.
if that was Conor and Conor dropped him like that, Conor would just hammer fist him.
Yeah.
Yeah, hammer
He
fist
ain't
him
got time.
quick.
He ain't care about your
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. He don't even think. He don't
Hammer
care.
fist it quick, bro.
That's facts. All right, cool. We'll move on again from that one. Daniel Cormier.
I just want to say before we move on, that big up. I'm not a Justin hate or anything. Big up Justin. He's an amazing
He's solid.
fighter.
He's solid.
But sometimes the stuff he says, I'm like, bro, relax. You don't need to say this stuff, innit?
Yeah, but when you look at his manager, you can't understand why he would say that shit. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Who's
yeah.
his manager?
Yeah.
Who's his manager?
Yeah, Abdelaziz.
Yeah, say again.
Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz.
Abdelaziz, yeah.
Abdelaziz.
He's a flipping problem, but
Yeah.
all right. Daniel Cormier on UFC 274 co-commentary. Rose and Carla are going to be pissed off at us because of, I think it's the way they commented the fight. Do you think they have
gave a
any
reason to, innit? Like,
No, but deep it. Imagine
they can't be pissed.
you're Carla Esparza, yeah, and you're going back.
Yeah,
you're,
for that fight
you're going back, and
in history.
I've been watching it embedded, so she's getting married next week and whatnot.
Yeah,
So you got all the
Shouts out to
family
her.
around, all of that. Yeah, you're going back, and they're going, oh, so how's work going? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, like I'm currently the best in my division. I got the belt. And then you go play the fight, yeah. You play like maybe the last few minutes of the last round or something, and they're just cussing, you, going, "This is boring." Blah blah. They shouldn't really even be a winner in this. Blah blah. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a bit
crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. I feel for Carla in that regard.
How long do you reckon the highlight video for that would be?
Bro, did you hear what their man was saying? You know when the fight finished, they were saying that the guys at the truck are earning their money because I don't know what highlights they're gonna make out of this fight. That's what, bro.
DC probably.
It was either it was either DC or Anik, bro. One of them, it might have been Anik. You know Anik sly with it sometimes.
He throws them in there.
I was thinking, nah, these lot are sending, man.
Yeah, because when you think about it, right, and this I'm just thinking about this when in between rounds they'll show you highlights of what's happened in that round, right? So like we don't get to see all the corner advice and stuff, but the reason that we saw all the corner advice is because nothing happened in that round. So we're literally watching the full 1 minute conversation from both sides. So
That's so true, bro. Yeah,
that's probably made it worse because they're like showing everything from that. Because like, imagine all the bullshit corner advice that people normally get, but we just don't see because of watching the highlights.
Yeah.
Like this one, we saw all of it. So yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave you on this question because I literally need to whistle, so I'm going to whistle quickly. Tony Ferguson calls for fighters to get health insurance during UFC 274 press conference because we all have families.
Yes.
You know
What do you think on that situation?
Coming from Tony
Only you on
Ferguson,
that.
I hear it, bro. Coming from him, bro, because he can talk about that.
yeah, thoughts then. Can't.
Yeah, no, on the real, coming from Tony Ferguson, I hear it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because of the amount of damage he's taken. Like, even in his wins, he's taken so much damage. He's been in wars. So I hear it, the health insurance thing. I'm even a bit surprised they don't do that.
Yeah, it's surprising. Like me myself, I think fighters, just just in general, are kind of like, would I say mistreated? Like, or like a bit like, I wouldn't say mistreated, like taken advantage of almost in a way. Like,
No, they're shagged. They
are,
actually get sunned. I have to be real. They get sunned. Because deep it, they have all the benefits. No, yeah, the UFC have all the benefits or that independent contractor that you'll give to an independent contractor, UFC have that where it's like, oh, we can release you anytime, we could do this, we could do that. But in terms of like the actual contractor's benefits, quote unquote contractor, they don't have any of that. Do you know what I'm saying? They can't go sign for another promotion. They can't just cut whenever they want to.
That's Ngannou's battle right now, isn't it?
And
like,
that's a bit mad when you think about it. It benefits Dana and the UFC so much, but on the fighters, it's a bit mad, you know.
Don't you think it's also like the fact that he said that and now he probably needs the health insurance the most at this point after just getting knocked out the first time in his career makes it even worse. He was the only person to get transported to the hospital too, bro. So, yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I think that with Tony Ferguson is like one of those fighters that, one of the fighters in the UFC where I'm convinced he'll get CTE. After this, right? Like,
you think so?
Yeah.
You actually really think that?
I mean, the way he talks right now, like he's.
You can say that for Nate Diaz and Nick and Gaethje. Yeah, Gaethje's punch drunk. That's a very good point. Gaethje's very punch drunk.
Tony Ferguson is like even now his sentences don't even feel like they're coherent. Right?
He just talks in riddles, bro. He baffles me all the time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite like Tony Ferguson quotes? Because there's
Dana White privilege. Dana White privilege.
Yeah, Dana White privilege.
Is up there still.
McNugget.
Yeah.
Did you see Conor?
Yeah, Conor.
We're gonna get into it. Hold on. Hold on. We have that one right here because I was gonna bring that up next. As we're in the middle of that, before you get into it, we'll do it right now because, like you just said, let's just read out this quote because this is from a tweet that Conor put out after the fight. So, Conor, you know how Conor's hilarious. He had to say Tony had some great nuggets in the media build-up. Then he got punk kicked to the chin and got turned into a nugget himself. That's crazy. So for the people that's listening on other platforms, barring YouTube, I'm showing everyone what he posted. That's the photo of what he posted.
It's peak.
So he posted it. He also put, if you pulled that out of a McDonald's bag and dipped it in sauce and eat without moments of thought, no doubt that would pass as a legit McDonald's chicken nugget. That's crazy. So he's trying to say Tony Ferguson's face was so squashed from the impact of the kick from Chandler that it actually looked like a real chicken nugget. And for people that don't know, Tony Ferguson loves to quote Conor McGregor as Conor McNuggets.
Yeah, McNuggets, yeah.
So...
Bro, I just think Conor's undefeated on Twitter.
He's the best. Like, go.
Bro, he's
hilarious.
With it,
best.
He's too witty, man.
No one can ever do it like him, bro. Never.
It's crazy.
What's your favorite Tony Ferguson, man?
This is kind of a weird one because like I remember someone said to him like before the Beneil Dariush fight, what's at stake for you? What's at stake for you in this fight? And he was like, it's funny that you mentioned steak because I've been eating a lot of salmon in this camp. Which, like, when you think about it, it's like, that's not what they asked. And it's not, like, there's no coherence in this.
Yeah.
It was weird.
They just used the word steak and he took that as another reference.
Yeah, Or, like, hold on, bro, I'm talking. And he quoted that in the press conference, pre-fight press conference, which is hilarious, too, yeah. Tony is so hard to listen to his press conferences or interviews because, like, it's almost like, have you guys ever, like done a jigsaw puzzle where like things just don't seem to match? Like it feels like you're just putting things together that don't seem to match. It's very weird.
And you know what? It's weird because like earlier in the week, I opened up a Tony press conference. I think when they were doing the media day and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, he just started off like, I think he just said, "Oh, how's it going, motherfuckers?" You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh, I've actually missed Tony." You know, like I'm thinking, I've missed my man here. Yeah. Then he starts talking. Then I'm like,
"Have I really?"
The next day, let's see, you know, I'm kicking off it, brother.
Have I really missed it?
I'm like, say, but you, man, yeah, if you haven't already, go back and listen to, I promise you, it's all-time UFC comedy gold. Yeah, I think I commented on it when you man did the Don't Get Smoked. Yeah. But look at Khabib and Tony when they did the UFC conference call. This was before one of the, I think it was UFC 209, one of the fights I was supposed to do way back here. Bro, that is the funniest content. I promise you, you'll see, bro. Tony and Khabib going at it was too funny. And I can't lie, Tony had some bars there, but then Khabib had some bars too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Habib's secretly undefeated.
Yeah.
Habib, one of Habib's best like quotes towards Tony Ferguson. I'm always upset that fight never happened, but like I remember one of Habib's best quotes was like, he was like, "Hey, sunglasses, like I'll eat you in a street fight." Like,
yeah.
That one was crazy.
He's like, hey, sunglasses.
He's like, what you know about street? You American guy, you don't know about street fight.
He's like, I'm mountain guy. Yeah, I remember that one.
I'm mountain guy. It's like, hey, sunglasses.
No,
like,
even earlier in the week, because I think Tony just sent like a quick shot at Habib, just saying, he's scared, whatever, And then Habib was like, this stupid guy, bro. Habib makes you laugh, bro.
Yeah, because he's that broken English. You can
This stupid guy, bro.
All right, let's move on. Conor McGregor definitely game to fight Michael Chandler following spectacular KO over Tony Ferguson. So obviously Conor, after getting onto Tony Ferguson, then praised Michael Chandler, obviously for his victory in a way, and says he can definitely see him on the full coming back to fight him because of the style.
Do you know what it is with Chandler as well? Yeah, Chandler like super. Even though he's heavy on the promo, he's super respectful. And I think with Conor did, cause like, even if you remember Abu Dhabi when Conor fought Dustin the first time, they were all on the same panel, innit? And you can see Conor and Chandler kind of like they're respectful to each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though like Chandler's like, with all due respect, I'll fight you, and Conor's like, yeah, maybe one day. So I could see why Conor would entertain it. Plus, with a knockout like that, Conor likes to jump on anything that's popping off, innit? So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Conor is like quite simple in the sense that if you respect him, like he'll be nice to you. Like he doesn't shit on people unless he's heard them say something negative about him. Like generally he won't be like, oh yeah, this person blah blah blah. He tries to be.
I don't know, that featherweight run, he was smoking everyone.
No, but like, no, I mean like later, on the come up,
you have to do that. You have to do that.
Yeah, on the come up, he was talking to everyone.
When he became the superstar,
you know why though? He made so much. He made so much enemies, bro. You need a couple friends.
Yeah.
You need a couple friends, cause he had so much enemies.
To be fair, even Max Holloway actually, he was actually kind of respectful. Actually thinking about it. Yeah. The first, I'm talking when he fought. I say the first time he fought once, but when he fought Max, low-key was respectful to Max. But
because when you look at all of the people that have like talked bad about Conor, most of it's out of jealousy, right? Like everyone that's generally where it stems from, because it's not from like when like, and it's kind of sad because like if you get into a verbal war with Conor, it can ruin your career. Like Jeremy Stevens is still known as who the fuck is that guy?
He's finished.
Remember you sent me his Insta?
Yeah.
He sent me his
go on his Insta now.
Stevens, he just did any random post, and bro, like Kachi's just like, just go on his Instagram, all the comments, who the fuck?
Any, go on it now. You go on it now, you'll see it.
Go on it now.
Any post that he has is who the fuck is that guy? Like that's not even.
Yeah, that's not imagine though. That's what you gotta live with for the rest of your life.
Bro,
done,
2016, bro. That was like 6 years ago, bro.
Done, bro.
And then 2014, I remember Conor was on a panel with John Jones, Cormier, and Dustin Poirier. He was about to fight Poirier, and then he was like, who the fuck is like was like, oh yeah, nobody gives a shit about Nick Lenz, and like literally that's Nick Lenz's like thing. Like no one cares about Nick Lenz, but like that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
Like like when Conor said that one thing one time. So it's it's crazy. Like Conor can ruin your career if you don't do it correctly. Like so it's just
know how to step with him.
Understand the level of like the star power level, like before you step to him, like you have to offer something to the table.
That's why Cowboy had to humble up, bro, because remember like years ago he was talking mad smack to Conor, remember? And then when they actually fought now, leading up, bro, Cowboy just like he's just mad respectful. He's saying
because when you go, but you can't battle him like that though. Back and forth, you can't battle him. He
can't.
knows
You can't
get smoked. He said fuck that, bro, because I can't banter you like the way you're gonna banter me. I can't be as quick on the trigger. It's not gonna work. Because
RDA, like to this day, people still quote Red Panty Night, right? He just made that on the spot. Like he's witty with it, man.
He's the best, man. All right, move on. Rose Namajunas believes she should have won at UFC 274. I don't see how you become the champion like that. So now this is again on this whole question. On this is what I think
she shares your mindset though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
How does she win like that? A little bit. I hear her a little bit because I'm going to contradict what I said in it. So I do get what she means. But I get what Rim says. Overall, you got to have it this way and this is the way it's got to be.
There's criteria in it.
Yeah,
So...
and he's saying that, and I get it as well. So you get me.
Otherwise, if you're the champion, that's what you're gonna be doing every time. You're gonna just kind of try coast a little bit.
No, but the challenger won't allow you, bro. There'll be challengers that are really coming in ready to smoke you.
No, but it depends because there's certain challengers that like to counter and like to take one to give one, innit? So it's kind of like if you're just
but you got. That's why I say see what you just said there. That's why I said as the challenger, you can't just counter like that. You got to go and take that belt a little bit because if they're gonna go with the champion with the how can I put it? They're gonna give the champion the benefit of the doubt in the close match. They're gonna be like, well, that was the champ for a reason. Like, you get me? Like that's what they're gonna go to. So you need to bring the fight a little bit more to the champ, a little bit in a close fight. That's what I mean. That's the only point I was meaning. I get what you mean by criteria, but in a close fight.
So you're saying it like
thumbnails,
at the end of scoring, they can they can change the decision. They can't. They're scoring it round by round. So the criteria is round by round. So whatever you saw in that round, you note it down. That's it.
You see Rems, his perspective is quite literal. And that's how it should be. And I think a lot of MMA fans here, we share that same perspective. Because I agree with Rems, innit?
It's facts.
It should be like that round by round.
Speaking...
But then when you look at certain fights, like, I don't know, like Jones and Gustafsson won. When you look at those kind of fights, I remember when Jones won, because I thought Gustafsson. Yeah, I thought Gustafsson.
Many
won,
people do. I still thought Jones won.
I thought Gustafsson won, But then when they announced Jones the winner, I was like, you know what? Because he's the champion and because of what he's done, I hear it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it was so close, it's kind of like I can't be mad that Jones won, even though I thought Gustafsson won. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And that's what I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Wait, so let me give you some examples of ones that were close, but the challenger got it right. So if the first one would be when DJ beat Henry, got beaten by Henry Cejudo. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, bro.
That's a close one that someone could have swung either way, but the challenger got it. And he didn't take off the champion by decisively beating him, right? But you can still give it to him, right? The other one I was going to say was when Dominic Cruz beat TJ.
Yes.
Remember?
That was
that was a freaking close fight. And
and
he got off him. And then the other one, which was an absolute shit show, was Lawler versus Hendricks too. If you guys remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
Barely anything happened in that. But Lawler took it, but he didn't really beat the champion to take. Do you get what I mean? So I kind of agree with what you're saying, Rips, because like I think that, like, because Brax, I understand what you're saying that. Oh, okay, like the champion has the belt, blah blah. And then do you know Matt Hughes started this sting where he was saying that until you defend the belt, you're not a champion. That again is bullshit. Like he said that.
No, I kind of agree with that.
No, but
you can win. There's an all might in defending, having to defend your strap.
Harder to defend.
Way harder.
It's harder to defend.
Way harder than to go for that challenge.
Defend.
Bro, to get that, to wake up in the morning knowing that I'm going to fight to go and get that belt, and then to have it, and to wake up knowing I have to defend. No, it's a different animal, bro. No, it's a different.
But that doesn't make you a champion, though.
No,
like,
but I get what I don't think he's trying to say that you're not a champion because you've got there to be a champion. But what he's saying is to solidify your solidify. You are that champion. You at least got to go and defend your belt. It's a different animal because you got another challenger as hungry as you once was coming for that belt. Remember, and it was going to show how hungry you are to keep your belt. Trust me, because it's like this. Once you're full, you need to eat.
No, but
naturally in life, if I feed you, you need to eat. But if you're really hungry, bro, you're gonna just be a wonga belly and eat for the sake of eating. Even if you don't need to eat, you're just gonna eat.
Yeah,
bro.
go us.
Okay, no, but I was gonna say, let's look at featherweight for instance. When we look at the GOATs, who would you say are the top 3-4?
Featherweight.
So you put Max,
Aldo, Max, probably
Volk, and then who else you gonna the
like
C word, right?
Yeah.
Conor, right? Conor didn't defend the belt once,
but he's not in there though.
No,
he's
but
not in the top 3, so he don't get counted.
But he's still in the conversation.
No,
how was he not in the top 3? He's beaten 2 of them.
What they were saying again? So
because
wait,
you said top
3 featherweight.
Right? Yeah, no, I said top 3
you
or 4.
got to have the longevity.
Yeah, but
if it's 4, Conor's
yeah.
Yeah.
Catch it.
No, but he's
can't
got
do that. I could flash knock you out. It don't mean I'm better than you. You could beat me 7 times out of 10, but I flash knocked you out and I made it look good. It don't mean I'm technically better than you.
No, but
do you know what's funny? Yeah, it's like I remember when people were saying that Max Holloway is the greatest of all time. Aldo's like the second greatest of all time. And then someone said, "Oh yeah, but Conor's beaten both of them." And then Conor was like, "What does that make me then?" Like, think about that. Like Conor, he's
different times.
No, Conor's from the start of Conor's featherweight run to the end of his featherweight run. That when he beat Aldo and culminating him being Aldo. That's unmatched. No one has ever done that in featherweight before. Well, he's looked that impressive.
Are you gonna say that? Are you gonna say if you're calling him a featherweight goat because Conor is one of the featherweight goats, one of?
Not if he's top. If he's
No.
top three.
No. But he's when you talk about featherweight history, you're mentioning Conor.
No, as in statement, as in what he's done for what he done for the featherweight bandit, but not as a goat, not as bro, not as a goat, man. You gotta go out there and defend. Bro, let me. Trust me, you have to have defenses. You need to. There's other hungry guys that are coming for your neck. Remember, Conor. Think about it. Conor only made that hunger thing seem like a big thing only when he done the featherweight run. There was no other. No one was like. So it wasn't such a hype before Conor went on his featherweight run when you really think about it, because now it will seem deemed good that you can just drop the belt and go up and not defend stuff, because he kept doing that. He kind of think about it now. Kobe kind of does it in a way. Thank you, Kobe does it now. When you think you can go off and do everything you want, no, bro, don't, because you got your ass whooped right at the top. When you get to the top, you got your ass whooped. If you're really that guy, stay in there and go back again or whatever. You don't pick and choose because you kind of are the man and then say, "Well, I am the GOAT because I done this." Nah, bro. Defend your honor, bro.
But don't you think that what Conor done is better for his career to have done what he done? Facts. Rather than because honestly, man, this sucks. Because I was speaking to someone the other day and they said to me like, the moment Izzy lost to Jan Blachowicz, he stopped being a fan of Izzy because and this was kind of a casual MMA fan, by the way. He's not a hardcore MMA fan, but he was saying like the gloss around him is kind of gone because like now he's rematching guys that he's already beaten and he's kind of doing the same. His career's gotten boring, it's gotten stale. And I can understand why a casual MMA fan would say that, right? Like since Jan Blachowicz fight, since the Costa fight, Izzy hasn't had any interesting fights. Yeah. Right? Like
matchups, you mean?
Or performances. Interesting fights.
Interesting performances in general. And bear in mind, like I love Izzy. I was watching Izzy.
Yeah, it's true though. I said this about Izzy.
After Costa, what was it? It was Blachowicz. Then it was
he hasn't had no one. I've said this.
And then it was Whittaker.
And I don't even think the Cannonier fight is necessarily going to be a bomb.
Because that's next on my news. If we move in, Israel versus Jared Cannonier's book for UFC 276.
So how are you gonna become a superstar of that? Like you're not gonna. Do you get what I mean? So that's why Conor, in a sense, like. We talk about Justin Gaethje, why we love Justin Gaethje, why we like Chandler, even though you think he's dumb. But the reason we like Chandler,
I like him still, but he's dumb.
It's because of the showman thing, and because every time I watch a Conor McGregor fight, I know it's going to be good. It's an event, and I know the fight itself is it's not going to be a 25-minute I'm hugging you, like how have you been sort of thing. It's like someone's getting knocked out, or it's going to be a war. So I think although Conor isn't necessarily, he's the first one to accomplish what like that 2-belt thing at the same time. It's also like the first crossover MMA fighter to do boxing as well against like the greatest of all time in boxing, arguably I guess. I think that Conor, his achievements alone, if you just wipe the fact that he's a superstar. I think you can call him a legend. Like, and I think you can call him one of the greatest of all time.
Conor's a legend, bro. I'm not taking away that he's just not the featherweight GOAT. We were kind of topic here, but I'm just saying he's just not the featherweight GOAT. You have to defend something you claim. No, but in this sport, you have to defend. Imagine every man kept getting belts and just dipping.
No, my point is not that Conor's the number one featherweight GOAT, because that's just capping it. My point is that when Matt Hughes was talking about being like a champ, being respected as a champion, I still feel like the defenses thing, of course, like 90% should be because of the defenses, but there is that small bit where it's like you can still be respected as a champion. You are. Even if you didn't defend or have as many defenses as
Bro, he had to have one defense, bro, and then move up.
But
I don't really care, bro. Like, defend your belt at least, because it just shows me that different type of hunger. When somebody's chasing you, remember, you're chasing and then be chased is a different thing. It's easier to run away from something than it is to run like to something. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's easier, you're chasing me, bro. I can run. It's easier for me to run away. So as a champ, I can run from then defend it, which is a lot more hard to sit and face you, because I know you're hungry to come and get what I've got.
Do you think? So let me ask you this then. Do you think that it's actually possible for you to be a champion, be respected as champion with no title defenses, if you've beaten most of the guys in the top 5 by the time you got to the championship spot? So and before, you think this has never happened before, Luke Rockhold has done that.
Yeah. But Luke Rockhold defended his belt.
No, he didn't. He got knocked out by Bisping straight after. But by the time he got
for the
there,
first time,
but by the time he got there, he beat Weidman, he's beaten Jacare,
Right.
he's beaten Bisping as well. So he's beaten most of the guys in the top of that division.
Cool. The reason I still say no, because your hunger to still go and get the belt is the way you train, and the way your mindset is to go and get that championship belt might change after you actually have it. Now you have it, you might not train as hard, you might do more shows, I don't know. There's 101 reasons, but remember, you're star of the show now. So whatever you decide to do, I'm not saying this is the reason, but that kind of happened with Conor. Yeah. And I saw that, and that's facts, not fiction. And no one's telling me no different. He become more of a star. I'm not saying he's not a good martial artist still, but even he knew he finished. That's why he locked himself in that camp, created this McGregor fast, done all of this, because he knew it was becoming way more of a showman than an actual lock yourself in the dungeon, like when I was hungry. And I think he's kind of even said that in a weird way. So, yeah. But let's move on, because we'll be on here forever. This will be a subject. We've got to get a Don't Get Smoked definitely one day and get you guys on.
Man.
Get you on a Don't Get Smoked. Yeah, because you definitely like the Don't Get Smoked, because the debating's crazy. We'll pick a good subject on that. We'll get into it. But moving on. I just said that Israel Adesanya, like you said, is booked with Jared Cannonier, booked for UFC 276. So that's in. Also, Luke Rockhold versus Paulo Costa's targeted for UFC 277. July 30th.
That's what I wanted to see.
So that's talking of Luke Rockhold coming back and all of that.
I don't know if he can rejuvenate his career though. It's a bit mad.
And the chin.
It's good point to put him out with Costa though. That would be a good to see where he's at, because if he's really that guy, you need that level of competition.
Me and Vempi were saying this for a while though. I think that in my opinion, Luke Rockhold might be one of the most, outside of like Zabit, might be one of the most technically all-round fighters I've ever seen.
Luke Rockhold,
he's
solid.
Yeah.
Ground game, wrestling, solid.
Everything.
Stand up, solid. That leg kick.
For who? Sorry.
Zabit. Zabit's the other one. Yeah,
Zabit's wrestling's a bit.
He's the way he takes
and he's
down,
cardio.
He's cardio.
But he was going through some shit though when he was going into the Calvin Cave fight.
But he might not even fight again. You don't know.
No, he's talking about being a doctor.
Being a doctor, that's what I'm hearing.
Bro.
Heard about this,
Bro. This man that used to be one of my favorite fighters, bro. The way he the fighting style to just be like, I'm gonna be a doctor. No, you killed me, bro.
Because I was saying that's like,
killed me.
Because someone was asking me like who I think is like the most like the best all round fighter that I've ever seen. I think it might be Zabit or Valentina. It's like those two, like they're just good at Valentina Shevchenko. Yeah,
I'd give her before just because he's wrestling. I've seen him get in a wrestling exchange get a bit worked, like you get me, fam. But
the way that he takes people down though is
It's just because it's so exceptional. It's so exceptional. He's so exceptional at what
We're not putting John here.
No, John is the greatest.
John, I think Zabit. If we talk about technique, right?
I never put John with no one. You know me, bro. John is the fam. John's your father's father's father. Don't ever. We don't even get into this one.
Achievement wise, John's up there. But like, imagine I told you that you could learn martial arts from Zabit or John. You would probably learn it from Zabit.
No.
Technique wise.
Technique.
I hear what he's saying.
Yeah, because it looks flashy.
I kind of hear what he's saying.
It looks flashy, but what's gonna make me win? Zabit can lose.
No, but if John
Zabit can lose, his style can lose.
And what?
I can't see John's style losing.
I'm not disagreeing.
And what about Volks as well? You want to put Volks in there?
Volks is good.
Do you know what? Someone like I didn't want to get into this.
We're debating something, man. You're like, hey, we're gonna have to debate. Oh, damn, we're getting into it.
This is rude, but I called someone an absolute idiot for thinking that Volkanovski has a chance against Charles Oliveira. Because like someone was saying to me that, Volkanovski, if he went up, he would have a chance against Oliveira. I was like, okay, one, if he can't threaten a takedown, where is he winning? And if he gets him to the floor, he ain't doing anything with it, and his striking is not better than Oliveira. Like, the range is just going to be too much.
The range.
Everything.
Oliveira will beat him.
But like, Volkanovski is a weird fighter in the sense that he is one of the few fighters that are short but will fight you from a distance and do it well. It's weird.
He jumps in and out.
Yeah.
He does that. He does what again Michael Chandler does very well. Michael Chandler, this is why I say fights dumb, because he fights so beautifully when you watch his style fight. You're like, bro, just use your brains. The way he jumps in and out of range is perfect. I don't think I've seen anybody jump in and out of range as well as he does.
Oh, come on. No, let's not go too far.
Well, who else? Like him and for MMA standpoint, like him, like there's people that are smooth with it, that they look good, but the explosiveness, like him and Mendes, I don't think I've personally seen people that are being short. I'm talking about short fighters.
Okay, fair.
Jump in and out of range to be able to cover range because they are short. They are the shorter fighter. Tell me other shorter fighters that cover range as good as him and Mendes. As in boxing style, they're very good for short fighters. I'm not talking. I'm talking about their type of style, but
that's fair. I think Aldo's up there as well. To be fair,
Aldo can slip.
Yeah.
Aldo.
All right, Aldo's up there for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Who else?
Cormier's really good at that too.
I was about to say Cormier, bro.
Yeah, Cormier's good at that too.
Yeah, he moves well.
But he also marches people down though. He doesn't
really
jump
he
in.
Don't jump. That's what I'm saying. Not really explosive. He don't really
I
jump.
see the point.
He don't really bubble. But
yeah.
All right. Shogun Rue hopes to wrap up his legendary career with his last 2 fights in 2022. So again, this might have been one of them. This is the news I got, and I think you said that he might have more after
I think he's got one left. Yeah,
one left.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see him after that. Justin Gaethje rips Nate Diaz for criticizing his loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov. That motherfucker has lost over 15 times. He's got a point still. But Nate's my guy, so I would never shit on Nate, bro. Nate's a gangster, bro. I love the way Nate fights. He's just a gangster. Win, lose, or draw, he's a fucking gangster, bro.
Are you going to mention Nate again in the news?
Yeah.
I wanna know before I break this one down.
Go on. Say it. You can say what you want.
I'm hearing rumours, that it's gonna be Hamza.
I knew you were gonna say that.
International fight.
I'm gonna put that in there. You can say that.
And I don't understand why we need to see a public execution in the UFC.
Because Nate said to Dana, "Give me a fight." And Dana said, "Okay, you want to fight?" He gave him Hamza.
Hamza's gonna be like
Hamza's slaughtering.
What did Mike's comedy used to say back in the day? Come you billet. Hey, come you billet.
Put him in a spliff.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's gonna smoke.
Nate Diaz,
he's gonna get smoked. Come we bill it for real.
Nate Diaz. Like I actually don't even want to see that fight, bro.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy because it's crazy because those two are like those two are two of the most, like, if you're looking at like the draws in the UFC, they're at least like in the top 5, innit? 2 of the top 5 draws, yeah. But I don't want to see that fight, bro. Because Hamza, after that Gilbert Burns fight, we're thinking, let's see you against Colby now. Like, we're kind of thinking, let's see you against Colby or one of them man there. And with Nate, we're just thinking, if you have like your last fight on the contract, let it be a banger where we're actually.
I want Dustin Poirier to fight Nate.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Yeah, they should have done that.
Stylistic, they're both black belts, legit on the floor. Both, Dustin's gonna thump him up and Nate's gonna walk down like a zombie, bloodied up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a photo to put on the wall.
Yeah.
You get me? It's one of them ones. I know Dustin may probably win because he's got more output and he just does more than Dustin Poirier.
Do you think
does more than Nate? But Nate will give him problems in weird ways that you would be like, oh, Nate. You know what I'm saying? Everyone does that. Like, that's,
like he did to Leon for a second.
He'll give him them weird problems. And that's what you can do with Nate now.
Do you
Nate's
think the ship has sailed though with Connor? And the trilogy?
No,
that's not what they're waiting.
Yeah, the ship has won it.
Whenever they want it, that's there, bro.
They just the UFC don't have control of that. That's what the UFC are trying to make now because of money and the ESPN and the views. But Conor said, I don't want that. I got shit to do. And Nate said, fuck that guy. He sucks. So they will do it, but they'll do it in their own time. Meaning, I think Nate and Conor secretly spoke behind closed doors. Like, we'll do it when we want to. Like, we're not doing it on Dana's time. Fuck all of that, bro.
I don't see Nate talking to people behind closed doors.
No, not like that, but in a secret way. Do you know what I mean? I think, when you just talking behind closed, each other, like, bro, we'll run this back. You get me? Because I think they know they have to, but it's like, we're just not doing it on Dana's terms. You get me? We're not doing it on ESPN's terms. Fuck that. We're bigger than them. I think they both got that type of connection where they both know it. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's like that. You know, the Amir Khan versus Kell Brook vibe, where it's like it's there in the back when you need it. Like there's no time where this will not.
But
be
their
not be wanted.
one though is a bit like you didn't get anything until they were old. Like at least you got 2 fights already.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
Conor.
Yeah. I hear you.
No.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. All right. So again, back to this question quickly. Does anyone want to comment on it? Nate Diaz getting criticised for losing. Well, this is Justin Gaethje ripping Nate Diaz, saying that he's lost over 15 times. Do you think Nate Diaz has? Do you think Nate Diaz has any right to comment shit to people, even though he's Nate Diaz?
As Nate says, yeah, if this was the street fight, I win it every time. Like, you hear me? So
I don't actually believe him, bro. Unless not, Khabib will smash his head into the floor. Bro. He'll smash it into the ground, bro. His head will bleed out. He'll bleed out.
Yeah.
Blood loss. Blood loss. Blood loss.
I think that, you know, with Nate, yeah, I think in his mind he's better than he actually is. Like, Nate's a good fighter, but like if you strip away his fan base, right, and you just look at him as a fighter,
no,
like,
he's
average.
He's average, man.
Kind of, yeah. He's kind of
average, man.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
We have to be honest. He like before this Conor fight, we were looking at Nate like, yeah, he's all right, but he was just a bit mid. If you're being honest,
Yeah.
He's average. The Diaz brothers have both been. Their names have been bigger than their actual what they've achieved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Nick got to the title championship, obviously lost to GSP, never went well, but. And then Nate never ever got there, really. Did he ever get to a championship fight?
he did.
Yeah,
Benson.
Yeah. And lost that.
Do you remember what happened there? He got 50-43, bro. Like, you know how bad you have to be to get 50-43? Like, come on,
that's
man.
What I'm saying.
Like,
That's all ends up.
That's like a waste of a title shot, basically.
But that's what happens with them boys, though. When they get to that far, they always get beat up when they get that far down the line. But that's the Diaz's for you, eh?
And it's not even a flipping like Khabib. It's Benson Henderson, man. Like
in his
prime. He
was a problem in his prime, bro.
Benson Henderson is the definition of like getting decisions when you like beat the champion to beat the champion. Like he was like, oh yeah, I've like it's close, but I got you. Like so, yeah.
All right.
I feel for Nate in a way though, because like before the Conor fight, he already had like maybe like 10 L's. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
like Clay Guida as well. It's not even like
I'm not even capping, bro.
Diego Sanchez, Clay Guida.
But you got to put this. He's done all wars. Everything's a war with him. That's so you give him that.
And he doesn't really get finished as well.
Yeah.
Kayla Harris slams her own performance after winning lopsided decision in PFL.
I ain't even watched that, bro.
Yeah, I watched Rory and I watched Pettis because Pettis is my guy. But like,
Pettis won both.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna lie. PFL, their fighters look so out of place. They don't look like they should even be fighting. Like some of their fighters, they look worse than Bellator fighters, bro. I'm being honest. Like the Pettis, the guy. I don't even know the guy that faced Pettis, but bro, that would look too easy for Pettis.
Yeah,
they look too competitive. Pettis could never be in the ranks in the UFC and do that to a man now. Never. You know that in the lightweight.
I don't know, man. Like, cause Pettis.
That's why he moved.
But listen.
Hey,
there's levels to this UFC.
Before Kachi even makes this point, this is you're talking to Kachi here. Kachi's a pet. Bro, remember Weidman's dad, when he's like, that's still my boy! That's my man with Pettis, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, so
no matter what happens,
father and who Pettis.
He could go on a 10-fight losing streak,
He's
riding. No, but you know what? Pettis, he still has his chance, like.
Yeah. So, but here's his point about Pettis, like, the reason I got into MMA because I saw the Showtime kick. That's the moment I started following MMA. So, like, for me, that's my guy's always been my... And I saw him rise to the belt. And then I saw everything that came after. I'm not going to talk about everything that came after, but like that's my guy. So there's no point in history where I'll be like, oh yeah, Pettis is out of this because I've seen him submit Oliveira. I've seen him knock out Stephen Thompson. So I feel like anything can happen with him.
He is. You're right at any given moment.
But
then he will lose two or three fights in a row or something.
Yeah,
like he does do that.
The weird thing about
facts though, man. I know you can love someone, but he's not getting to me about facts when I love someone.
The weird thing about it is the fact that like Pettis, like throughout his career, hasn't really evolved. Whereas like if you're also compression against defense, take him down and hold him there, and you have good submission defense, you've probably got the fight locked down. Like, it's never been too difficult. But like, sometimes you're just gonna ride or die with certain guys, and Pettis is that guy for me. I think the point that you made about PFL as well is that like I think that with PFL it's kind of weird because I don't see how their model is sustainable, right? Like because
their league is set up, the way it's set up, just the way they set up their thing.
What in terms of generating the income? You mean?
Yeah, how are they paying out $1 million a year to all these different divisions?
Because the owners are rich. It depends on your owners and obviously your broadcast.
Yeah,
if your owners, your broadcast deals and your owners are backing it, and you got and they're like, all right, remember, because I'm a rich, like I'm a billionaire or whatever, I can back some of this, you know, because I'm a billionaire. And remember, I get it back on broadcast deals later on or whatever. I might not even get none of it back. I might even hemorrhage money, but if I want to just see this put on or the show or try and make
that's
it
what
work,
that's what I'm saying. The sustainability of this might be bad because like we've seen Pride crumble, we've seen Strikeforce crumble, so we've seen like.
One championship struggled at the beginning with that.
Yeah, but
they struggled. They're the most viewed thing in the whole of the sports.
Yeah, but
most viewed.
But the difference between PFL and One Championship is that 59% of the world's population is in Asia. Yeah, it's in Asia. If you can get 1% of that 59% of the world's population to watch that, then you're fine. But PFL is like number 3 in their own country, right? And they're marketing towards Americans. Yeah. And the fact that like us as hardcore MMA fans won't even watch it. It was like, what would convince?
That's true.
Do you get what I mean? So
we're hardcore.
The sustainability of
barely watch Bellator like that.
Exactly.
Bellator is a hit and miss. Like you gotta. It's true.
So how's PFL gonna be able to convince us to watch it when like? Do you know who won all the PFL champions from last season?
No, I
exactly,
just got
right?
All of them off my head.
Yeah. All I know is my guy's Cooper, bro.
Yeah,
I like really
Cooper's
cool.
cool.
He's cold.
Shoeface.
I like a couple of them, but there's not. I didn't get
Kayla.
into it. I'm not gonna lie. I only got into it last year.
Yeah.
That's me being factual, bro.
Yeah, wait till Cooper gets to 30, bro. He's gonna fall off. But for now, for now he's alright. But don't worry, when he gets to 30, you'll be like, oh.
All right, we'll move on. Paddy Pimblett sees no point in being overly active fighter. I'm not getting paid enough.
Gets too fat in between camps anyway, bro.
I can't see him the other day.
I don't even want to say it, bro.
Him and Paddy are out in Phoenix. He looks.
I have worries about him being like getting to top tier, just because from what I'm not even like his skill set, just from what I'm seeing like outside of the cage, bro. Man, just being willing to blow up like that.
You can't do that.
That's
kind of
mad.
Stay conditioned to a degree.
Yeah,
you got to stay conditioned to a degree.
Did you guys used to watch him in Cage Warriors before?
I've seen a couple of his fights. Yeah,
I've seen him get lit up a couple of times.
I'm not convinced like
that he's gonna get to that top level.
You know what it is as well, yeah. Bro, he's not even in the thin division. This guy's in lightweight.
Yeah, it's a mad division.
That's what I said. You're in the. That's if you was in flyweight, you would have made it. You could have made it around there.
Yeah, you could have.
Yo, light heavyweight or something.
Yeah,
if you was a heavyweight, like Tom Aspinall, he's managed to do but Tom Aspinall's a killer, bro.
No, but
he's a fucking killer. Yeah. But I know what you mean by Paddy. He's
lightweight, bro. Bro, Tsarukyan.
Yeah, Gamrot, they're coming.
Oh, they're fighting.
They're fighting. I was about to. You messed up my news. You bitch. You messed up my news.
That's actually.
Yeah, I know. I was about to drop that for you. I knew you knew that. I knew.
I saw that.
Man, I was rolling around when I saw that.
I didn't know that.
Alright, don't let him spoil it. Don't let him spoil it. For the people at home, you didn't hear that. We'll run it back. Yeah.
We'll edit it out. We'll cut that out. Yeah.
He said that was nice to him. I got you on that one. You can't help it when it's just a juicy one. I got you, man.
Hey, you blocked him, man.
I had to, bro. Get my point working off of this, you know. Yes.
You know, you pinned him, bro.
Man, no, bro. Yeah, I can block that. Yeah. Swipe. You get me? You know, not even a slap. You know when you grab it. You know when you grab the block, fam. I hold it, blood. Yeah, what? Big man block. All right, let's move on. Michael Chandler won't ever get as excited to fight Islam Makhachev as he would to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Habib's got the aura.
The aura in the name.
Habib's got the aura, the name.
And Islam's little brother, innit? It's like,
yeah.
Like, and let's be real, to the casual, if he beats Khabib, bro, that's like what that transcends the sport, bro. That's like a worldwide thing, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If he beats Islam, it'll be like, oh, he beat Khabib's boy. Like, it's not the same kind of, you know what I mean? So I understand that, definitely.
All right, cool.
I think it's not even just because like Islam has been beaten. It's more the fact that like Islam is, as far as all of those fighters come, he's so vanilla, right? Like his personality wise, he's not really like Khabib is like funny, man. Khabib, knows how to talk. Khabib's like the.
But I feel like Islam's shine. He's only just coming out now. He's starting to
show
do a
bit more
little
character,
bit
yeah.
now,
Yeah.
a little bit now.
It's so ironic they're saying Habib's funny, you know, because like the guy's such a serious guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
No,
don't
but
even-
he lightened up though towards the end, I think.
No, towards the end, but he's such a serious guy. But like, we just find Vance in like what he said, because
Yeah.
I think with
Broken
Habib-
English. Man.
Yeah, one, it's broken English, but two, he's like underratedly like witty, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah,
But Islam doesn't really have that. Islam's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, smash. I mean, like we've seen the story already.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
even but my favorite thing is tap like chicken.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
got
yeah.
me, bro.
Yeah.
When he first said that with hot,
You
like
want to
chest.
fight with Boss?
You want to fight with
You
boss?
want my boss? He's
Yeah,
not no
when
Brooklyn
he-
gangster.
Yeah.
yeah.
The way he
Yeah.
says it, bro, like, yeah. Like, this guy tapped like chicken. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
for real,
send me
fam.
location.
yeah,
Yeah, he's got.
Like
he's
now.
got-
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but that sending me location when he made the dark room. I'll never
Yeah,
forget. He had the
yeah,
hood
yeah.
up.
With the
And
eyes on that,
that's
with
so
the eyes.
cold.
brother.
That's so you're scary, you know. I was scared watching that. I was scared, like I had to go fight him, bro. Like, you get me, man?
he's like,
Says,
no.
come now. He sounded like, you know when your auntie talks or your
Yeah,
mum when
yeah,
you're ready to get beats? You know that? And then
Yes, bro.
come now. And you're like, oh no, hell no. You get me? I'm about to get my ass whooped by auntie,
yeah,
fam.
100%.
Yeah, that's it.
When you hear the soft voice, you know.
Yeah, what? The soft voice is the
Yeah.
worst, bro.
Yeah, it's
You
worse.
get me?
It's
Yeah.
nothing worse than when someone's like looking you in the eye as they're saying this, right? There's eye contact maintained. Like he was doing it to the camera where it felt like he was saying it to me. I was like, I wasn't involved. Like, yeah.
All right, let's move on. The next Cyborg planning for her next fight to be in boxing, says Jake Paul undercard would be perfect.
Yawn.
Don't even care, bro.
I'm yawning.
I don't even care, bro.
Okay, I can move on from that, guys.
Unless he fights Jake Paul.
Unless you fight Jake Paul, that's what you want to see. That was a good one still.
Yeah.
All right, Rims, go and say it.
Oh, what? Gamrot first?
Say it.
No,
I'm not. You're breaking this news right about now.
Giving it to me
I'm giving this one to you. You broke my news. Say it.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, what? No way! What? Whoa!
Yeah. It's booked. It's in works for June 25th, UFC Fight Night. Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a great fight, innit,
Crazy.
guys?
Yeah,
We're all waiting for
yeah.
that.
Nice
Winner gets
one.
Tony Ferguson.
Who wins that,
Whoa.
guys? I've got Gamrot. I'm just gonna take Gamrot.
Do you know what?
I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm just gonna say
Do you know
Gamrot.
what? I'm annoyed though, because like those are two.
Sayuki, I didn't want to see
Yeah,
fight
I
yet.
didn't want it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't want it yet.
Come up, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like when they do that, man.
I hope
You
Slide-
want it to be a bit more higher stakes.
Yeah, to it, because it's so such a crunch.
yeah.
Who you not got though?
I don't like you asking me that when it's so far out.
I
bro.
do. You know we get closer, but you know I do the little round the table. Just give me
Yeah.
one shot at the top of your head.
I'm gonna go Gamrot. Yeah.
Shot at the top of your head.
Gamrot.
Arman, you know. Tsarukyan.
Tsarukyan. I see what you say that though,
Yeah.
but I'm going Gamrot. It's the wrestling.
So you can,
Wrestling's- I know.
bro. He was wrestling with Makhachev.
I know. All right. All right. I'm not gonna get into it.
It was an issue for Makachev.
I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
into it. My head, man. That one.
Makhachev had to take the wrestling to
Serious.
gear 5. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Serious.
you had to move it to gear 5.
Motorway. I had to go on the motorway and
Yeah.
press. Yeah, take it to the motorway. I hear you. Still, country lanes weren't good enough. I had to take it motorway.
Because everyone was thinking like, oh, Islam's not that good. Like, if he looks this like bad against a new contender, but then everyone just realized, oh crap, this Tsarukyan guy is a beast. Yeah.
Legit.
Did you see him against who's the last one? Joe Alvarez, right? The last person he fought.
Yeah.
Alvarez,
Oh,
Alvarez.
yeah.
Freaking
smoked
destroyed
him.
him.
And
Smoked
Alvarez
him.
is good.
God's
Like,
good.
Alvarez is good.
Yeah.
Like,
Made him look
He
like
can't
a
make
little
weight,
man.
but he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
Little man.
This guy barely makes weight. He's like 6'3", but like he's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
All right, Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway 3 targeted for UFC 276. So we're starting to stack these up. These cards are starting to come together now.
The card's cold.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
What?
Cold.
It's starting to come together now. You get it?
Yeah.
Starting to come together now,
That's
yeah?
even a bit too I'm thinking,
So who's actually on that card now? Max Volkanovski. Izzy, Gerard
Yeah,
Cannonier.
you got what's his name? From Glory.
Alex
Pereira.
Strickland.
Pereira.
I was about to say that.
Ooh.
So that's the next
Yeah.
one. Yep. Sean Strickland versus Eric
You
Pereira
got,
is 276.
what's his name?
Sean O'Malley versus Pedro
Munez,
Munez is on that.
versus,
Munez. Sean O'Malley.
No, Muniz.
Oh, Munez.
Yeah, Munez.
Munez. Amunez is on there.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And we've got also, I'm just breaking it, fuck it. And we've got Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barberina.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a sleeper,
That's why I'm a banger. Bro,
We're live.
No, even the women, Misha Tate making a flyweight debut against Lauren Murphy. That's a smoky fight, bro.
What? 276?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. That's a bro. This
It's a card. It's a card.
All right,
That's
cool.
stacked, yeah.
We're stacked on
like
that,
all
baby.
of these fights you just named here are fight night main events.
And they're trying to put Hamza and Nate on that as well, right?
bro,
Yeah, that's too
this is
much.
mad.
Yeah.
They're even mad.
It's all mad.
No, that's too much.
I don't think that's gonna get made. Nate's gonna say no to that, but I don't think so.
You know, Alex and Volks, they're two that I actually don't mind seeing fight.
6 more times,
Yeah,
Max and
and
Alex,
honestly,
because it was such a great fight.
And
Yeah,
you know what?
and Max won the second.
How
fight.
did
What
you have it?
Yeah,
How do you have
second one. Yeah, Max.
Max, isn't it?
I walked away. No, here's the thing. I walked away thinking Max at least won 3 rounds.
He did.
Yeah,
3.
yeah. And then when I rewatched it, I was like, he won 4. Like I
you think he won 4?
I actually thought he won 4 rounds. Yeah, I
when
rewatched
1,
it.
2, 3,
So did I.
100%,
Solid.
like, solid.
I thought
Yeah.
I gave Volkanovski 4th and 5th, but I maybe need to really watch
Yeah,
it again.
yeah.
But yeah, I hear you. But
When I rewatched it, I got even more mad. I
what
was
about
just
you for
thinking,
Max?
Yeah.
Did you give it to
No, of
Max?
course I give it to Max, bro.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Well, for me, of course I gave it to Max, but 3 rounds though. 3 rounds.
Oh, you 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't know about 4 rounds, but
Yeah.
I gave him 3 rounds.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. Morning report. Anderson Silva's blasters the UFC saying they will try and use you and then kick you out.
Yeah, they will. 100%.
Dana Wright replied to this
it's
by
not-
saying that he's confused on why Anderson Silva has come out and said this type of stuff. So
Yeah, but I think Anderson's also took way too long to quit, and I think that he in his mind thought that he could leave on his own terms, but it's that thing of like, why if you're like you're trying to make a living, but at the same time they're trying to focus on their business and they don't really want to.
do you want me to just say this? UFC guys, people at home, everybody, you need to understand this. The UFC is a business. It is a company. You work for them like how I have to go to work for these a-holes every day. You get me? How we have to go work for all these big companies, Sainsbury's, CBRE, Tesco's. They're just that, bro. They're just that. That's all they are. They're no different. So you get contracts like how we get contracts, and they will say 6 fights, 4 fights. That's how it goes. In boxing, you don't have that. You sign your 1 fight contract. When you hold that belt for the board, the board will give you a certain amount of time to defend that belt. That's it. That is basically it in boxing. You're not contracted to nobody directly apart from the board of the belt if you want to defend that belt. But if you want to vacate that belt, you can go and still make 30 million with no belt if you are that name in boxing with nobody behind you. It's just simple as that. The UFC are not allowing you to make 30 million.
Do you see my
They
thing?
are not allowing you to make that.
My thing is that
It's not happening.
My thing is that on a very basic level, if the UFC isn't giving Conor McGregor, who's the biggest star by miles they've ever produced, giving him what he wants, because Conor's asked for a lot before. He's asked for shares, he's asked for loads of things, What makes you think that like they're gonna do anything for you? Do you know what I'm saying? What makes you think you're gonna have that sort of leverage over them where they're gonna panic and be like, whoa, like we've seen with the UFC. The show can go on. You saw the remember Conor and Nate when it was booked for UFC 200, and them man couldn't agree to terms. They were like, "Alright, cool, bet we're gonna put Brock Lesnar in there instead." Like UFC will keep it moving, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I don't even with Cejudo, I kind of feel for him because I'm like, it didn't bang. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, you gotta be confident for that to bang. You can't. You can't leave.
It didn't bang. Like
There's
Cejudo's clocking that no one gives a shit in it. You know what I'm saying?
Who is literally I think Conor is actually and John Jones are the only 2 guys that can leave and come back straight into that title contention or be in something that's so worth it that it's getting ringed about in the
I
UFC.
think it's different. The difference between those 2 people is that John is because of his achievements inside the cage. Conor is because of star power. So it's not the same thing. Like us as hardcore fans, we like worship the ground that John Jones walks on. But when you think about it, right? Like this one's gonna be the stinger, right? Like John Jones' best ever pay-per-view was him and DC2, right? It was like sold like 800 something thousand. And Conor, his first ever pay-per-view with Mendes, that's pretty much how much it sold too. So Conor on the rise is bigger than John Jones has ever been.
Facts.
Like so that
Big facts.
that automatically makes it like Conor is his star power is the reason. The moment John Jones loses, man, he can be discarded. I think at that point.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
Go on.
You mentioned Conor and John Jones. GSP came straight into the title shot.
Yeah, he can get as well.
Yeah.
He's a goat.
Yeah.
He's a goat. He's a goat. He's a goat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he's a
No,
goat.
you're right. He's a goat. He
What
can
about
do that.
Khabib? You wouldn't say Khabib.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a goat now.
no, Khabib,
Yeah,
Khabib.
and
No,
now,
but-
yeah,
no,
'cause
but-
he's undefeated.
No, but
as
those
well,
ones,
100%.
but those ones are
He's a star
situations
power,
as well.
100%.
Like with GSP, he retired as champion. Habib, obviously, same thing.
He's the man.
Because then you could mention Dominic Cruz even. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Cruz did the same thing, but you're not gonna say he's got mad leverage.
But-
it's just more. My opinion, I think you have to look at departments. Conor is the biggest star UFC's ever seen. Yeah, the world has ever seen. Yeah, and then when you look at credibility, who's on the top of the credibility list? That's John Jones. When you're looking at who's the most credible, so those two, they could get what they want. The UFC switched up a whole card for John Jones, bro. Just because of John Jones' little F up here, they switched up a whole card. Remember they switched the location, yeah?
Just to add to that too as well, like the one with Conor, like it's the exact same thing happened with Ronda too. Do you remember? Ronda walked back into a title shot, even though she got knocked out in her last fight.
Yeah.
So and because she's a star, that's why.
Yeah. So when you're like up there like that, you have the level. But if you're just like on the come up, or like maybe you're like with Cejudo, you know, he quickly got some belts and whatnot. But Cejudo, in my opinion, was still building his name and credibility. He wasn't up there yet, but I think because he got the belts, he's thinking, nah, I actually have some leverage, but he didn't really.
All right, then. We'll move on. I got you there. Quick shout outs to a couple fights. So we got Rafael Santos versus Rafael Fiziev is in works as you for UFC main card July the 9th.
Sick,
Thiago Santos versus Jamahal Hill expected to headline UFC August the 6th.
Nice.
So we're getting fights booked now, guys. Cody Garbrandt versus Rainy
Rani
Yaya,
the veteran.
Yeah.
Is that
It
35
works.
or 25? Is that 35, right?
35.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are they fighting? What weight class?
Oh,
bantamweight.
Bantamweight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not staying at flyweight.
I think, yeah.
Hey, UFC making me crack up at that fight though, because
Yeah.
they're just like, yo, we've seen this guy's chin gone too many times, yeah. Now let's give him a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? They're like, let's give him a wrestler, because
Yaya's like the
Yaya's
freaking-
jiu-jitsu guy, bro.
Yeah.
sorry, jiu-jitsu, but not a striker. Don't give him a good striker.
he
like-
can't strike,
yeah, they're just like safe. Yeah.
Weak,
He's also like the Gerald Mershaw of that division, right? He's just been around for ages, but just super under the radar. Yeah.
That's booked for July 9th. That's that. Chael Sonnen thinks UFC should stop waiting to book Nate Diaz. I think you should turn him loose.
They're not gonna release him
Nah.
for a fight. No way.
As with his name and the money, then.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that.
No way.
But once he goes, he's not resigning, right?
Nah,
done.
I don't see him resigning.
I don't see him resigning.
Unless it's some one fight deal shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
I think he's also a bit of a diva in the sense that like he wants the better, like, because the UFC are obligated to give you 3 fights a year, right? So they probably offered him some shit ones, and he's just like, I'm not taking that. So like they'd be like, well, we offered, and that's why he's been sitting out for so long. So like, yeah,
He's like that though.
yeah.
Him
So,
and Nick, because Nick's saying that he'll fight at the end of the year, but Nick's saying he'll be back at the end of the year.
Do you even want to see Nick fight?
Not really.
not after that. Yeah.
But I do just because of his name. It's weird. I'm weird like that. It's like I don't want to see you fight because I know, but I just feel like he was fought in there like that. He just had no heart, bro. He had no heart in that last fight.
Just go do something
For
else.
Robbie
man.
Lawler to beat you up like that, and that's Robbie Lawler at this rate. Like,
That's a washed Robbie Lawler.
Yeah,
you know.
bro.
Robbie
that's
Lawler
bad.
doesn't even throw volume as well. And look
Yeah,
how many she
like-
landed on Nick. Yeah.
Just go one and do them jiu-jitsu competitions with my man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with all them jiu-jitsu guys, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go do that, man.
All right, we're wrapping this up. We're getting there now. Tony Ferguson says there's nothing funny about Dana White privilege, compares UFC to drug dealers.
I heard that one.
That one killed me, fam. This is where El Kakui goes mad, rude boy. Man said they're drug dealers. Man's trying to say, yeah, you know when you got your favorite client, rude boy, you give man the good bud, the good. You get me? You give man little couple over. You get me? You know when you know the clients that you don't like, bro, the ones that you're like, oh, I hate this man always ring me, bro. Man, give man dust. Give man dust. Give man 0.2 under. You know, you're under, bro. That's what he's trying to say. Dana's doing to him. He's trying to say that Michael Chandler that's getting the good. You get me? Getting the Cali. You get me? A man that's stuck there with the. You get me?
What was that? What was that bar that we that you showed me earlier? It was like, oh yeah, it's like table looking like Glastonbury.
Yeah.
The table looking like it's just like full of like
Table,
full of
that's
white.
that's a heady bar. Shout out,
Yeah,
Table looking like a
Heady,
bird's eye view of
Good
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury, That's what Dana's got out for them, man. You get me, fam?
That's his war room. He just looks there. It's like, oh, all of this. Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? Do you think that there's definitely privilege, like arises in that sense?
Yeah, for sure. I think like, look,
100%.
Hamzat's in favor with Dana, right? So like he gets like kind of some special treatment. But I kind of get it though, because like if you're a good fighter, you know how to talk, and then you're getting these amazing finishes. Like I can understand why the promotion would like you, and why you would get special stuff, right? Tony Ferguson isn't getting that because he's outspoken, because he's losing fights. Like, you can't expect the promotion to love you if you're losing all of these fights in dominant fashion. You just got finished now, and you're complaining all the time. Like, what would you expect them to do? Like, that kind of makes sense. If you had if Tony Ferguson, I'm sure Tony Ferguson trains people, right? Like his students, like he wouldn't like the outspoken ones, either, would he?
So I got you on that. Don't die, Kachi. Don't die on us. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. All right, a couple more. All right, I'm just gonna Dana White on the Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. Definitely not a lock. Definitely not a lock. Calls matchup waste of time, energy, and money.
No,
I kind of agree with it.
No, I don't agree, because if you could do depending.
Think about it from his perspective, though. Not as a fan, from him saying it, from Dana saying it, and from his perspective.
Okay. From his perspective, unless the thing is with Francis, he's so marketable though. But if you're gonna put him there with Fury now, your casual still might not know who Francis is. Even though you could go through all the highlights and stuff, and they could gas them a little bit, but it still won't be the same as what Conor and Floyd was. Because there was man them that with a straight face was actually saying, no, Conor might tag Floyd, you know. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're gonna get that with Ngannou and Fury, unless
so Dana's
with
right.
the gloves in it.
So Dana's right then.
Bruv,
So is Dana right then? That it's a waste of time, energy, and money.
I think so, because.
But would you not still watch it? And would you not?
Of course I watch it. I watch any sport. I watch anything that's fighting.
That's a silly question. Of course you'll watch it, yeah. But I'm saying that, would you be anticipate it? Would you be like,
no?
Or would you just be like, this is coming up this weekend?
Yeah, just one of them ones. I wouldn't be. It's a bit like when Jake Paul fights. I'll be one of them like exhibition-y matchy things. I don't really get overexcited for them. I'm just more like, oh shit, if it happens, it happens. And even if someone gets slumped, I'm just like, because I'm a real mixed martial arts fan, so I need to see the best in the real world. I need you to go through dogs, and then you're the dog. Like Oliveira, prime example. I don't want this one fight.
What about
this happens, and then
about
it's for the moment, isn't it?
What about a DJ Rodtank format with those two? Only because with Francis,
bro, Tyson will fucking
die. Tyson will die, bro.
I don't think Tyson's
he will not
sparking him in one round.
No way.
So I think the second round.
No way. He's sparking him. He don't even have that punch. He's not Mike Tyson.
I'm just trying to think of ideas.
He dies.
You feel me?
MMA, bro. One leg kick, the leg snaps.
Yeah.
From Ngannou's heavy legs, the leg snaps. You're done.
I'm just thinking of ideas at this point. You know what I mean? And I guess because I'm thinking of out of these world ideas, that probably shows it is a waste of time. Probably.
I can't. The 4-ounce gloves is
a bit more
interesting, because it's kind of like one with the Muay Thai with the smaller gloves.
I love that.
I mean?
Ngannou's got like good wrestling as well, so we saw it in the Gone fight, didn't we? So I think it's more to do with the fact that with my voice is good. I think it's more the fact that when we're watching Tyson Fury and Ngannou, we remember the Conor versus Mayweather thing in the back of our mind. So we've already seen this once. Like, what makes us think this will go any different? It's hard to market now. Right?
It's hard to market. Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, you've seen it kind of ahead of its time. You're like, all right, it's happened now. Oh, what's going to be any different? So,
and then we saw Askren versus Jake Paul, and it makes it even worse. And now we're thinking
Woodley, MMA heads.
Woodley.
MMA heads are mad.
Woodley,
MMA heads are mad right about it, because we thought we had a chance in boxing. If you're a real MMA fan over boxing, as an MMA fan, you'd have thought, we got a chance because we throw hands. We don't just do jiu-jitsu and wrestle. We got to throw hands too. So maybe, because where boxers don't stand a chance in our world, we know that and they know that. But we have MMA guys that can come out of this and survive in the boxing realm. But yet to prove it. He's yet to Anderson
Well,
Silva. There you go.
Yeah, when you have the ability to sit down on your punches and not worry about a takedown, the strikes are different, man. Like, for example, like Dustin Poirier, I think is one of the best MMA boxers. He's not standing a chance, but the way
At boxing, but in MMA, he's one of the best, isn't it?
Great combination.
Thank you. I've been saying this, Kachi, for I always say Dustin's got the most loveliest hands in MMA. He sits on them nicely, sits down heavy on his punches, and he gives them from all angles. I love these good boxing for MMA, innit?
Yeah.
Kachi's the man.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move
I saw this coming too.
All right, we're just gonna name a couple of fights. I've named a couple of them, but I'm just gonna do it again. Go through them. So Manuel Cape versus Rodrigo Bontorin.
Bontorin.
That's
announced
a good fight, man.
Announced for UFC 275. So that's the month before the 276. Muhammad Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith in works for UFC 277.
I like that.
We like Ankalaev here. I think everyone's an Ankalaev
yeah.
fan. Sean O'Malley versus Pedro Munez, targeted
You know what? Yeah, I
for
like
UFC 276.
I like it, honestly, because I know some people are looking at it as another guy fed to O'Malley a little bit, yeah. But Munoz is actually he's actually
Legit.
a certy guy, bro.
Legit.
He's a certy guy.
For anyone who thinks that Munoz is going to get run over, think about this. Pedro Munoz, some of the best leg kicks. In that division. Sean O'Malley, susceptible to leg kicks.
Twice.
Very wide stance.
Very
wide stance.
Didn't he get leg?
Also, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but Pedro Munoz has never been knocked down before.
That's a good stat to throw out there because I didn't know that.
So never been knocked down before. So against someone like Sean O'Malley, bro, like if he can keep walking forward, just keep chopping your leg down and sort of get some sort of strikes on you.
Hey, Kachi, have you got a laptop in your head, bro?
Yeah, me.
This is mad.
Remembers facts.
I got the laptop, you know. You've got the laptop. The hell? What did you bring here, bro?
I told you, bro.
A human laptop, bro. Man just has it in there stored, like
MMA fact checker.
Just for people who think I've got a laptop, look, there's nothing there.
Bro,
I'm just remembering this.
Got to touch the air that you're around, bro.
Got space for MMA in my head, bro. Like,
I hear you. Now, respect, bro. You're definitely coming back on.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira, middleweight clash for UFC 276. What a fight that's going to be for strikers.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fight. Robbie Lawler returns against Brian Barberina, UFC 276.
Underrated. Barberina's underrated.
Bro.
Very underrated.
It's going to be a good fight.
He's got dad bod as well, but he's underrated.
He can scrap, bro.
And just to throw this one out there, Daniel Cormier has been announced into the 2022 UFC Hall of Fame.
Too early, man. I feel like
way too early.
Yeah.
That's why I like basketball now.
Yeah.
You got to wait for your honors.
You have to wait for your shit.
Wait.
Yeah.
You got
I hear
to
about
wait
this.
for your honors.
I hear about
bro.
this. You have to wait for like 5
Yes!
years.
And NFL, they're reckless, bro.
5 years
NFL,
after
certain man
retirement,
always, there's certain men that are greats, bro. You got to wait, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, they
There's
make
time.
Yeah, it's the
that's
time.
past.
Who would you have introduced instead of like Daniel Cormier? Who do you think like, oh, this guy would have been nice to introduce him?
I'll have to go right back because the UFC Hall of Fame's just started. Like, as in, they've just begun their own Hall of Fame kind of thing. It's only recently they've started.
They're doing a modern wing, right? So like,
So I'd go back to the original. So it'd be like Ken. I'm not going no further than a certain year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go no further than like
Maybe BJ, maybe.
Yeah, up to
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's where I'll cap
yeah,
it. That's the cap, bro.
Yeah,
And
that's the crap, yeah.
anyone else? Well, you gotta wait. You
wait,
gotta
man.
wait, bro.
How can you be in
'cause
before
it
John
helps.
Jones?
It helps.
Yeah.
You know what it does as well? It helps the sport later on for people. But so you Daniel Cormier. It helps. It's the stuffing them all in.
Too
I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like when fighters come back and then they're doing like the Hall of Fame or blah blah. Like I'd rather they just at that point they would have retired by then. Yeah.
And do you know what I don't like as well? Yeah, the fights one a little bit. I don't like the Hall of Fame fights thing because then your expectation goes, oh well, if that was in the fights. Like, so for instance, Jones and Gustafsson is there, but then they put which one did they put? I think they put Swanson and Doohoo Choi.
Yeah.
No. Don't get me.
That's one of the best fights of all time.
No.
That's one of the best fights of all time.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, epic fight, bro. Yeah, even for me, yeah, it's definitely my top 5, 100%. I don't know where I would put it. Yeah, but that happened too recently for my liking, innit?
I know what you mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, you're right.
It's too recent.
That was a while though.
6 years ago though.
Yeah, but that's still far. That's still far.
What,
That's still
Swanson
far.
and Troy?
Yeah, that's so far. That's still not. That's not far. That's not far.
Bro, you
enough.
see that card
That's
there?
not far enough, though.
Yo, you see that card there? Yeah, that don't feel UFC 205. That don't feel like that
Yeah.
long ago. Even though it's 6 years ago.
They don't, man.
There should
So,
be criteria.
I wanna-
There should be like at least 10 years.
At least.
yeah.
So then we could
100%,
proper look back at it and go, yo, that was a
That
fight.
was
Yeah.
and
You
it
know
was
what I'm saying?
anniversary history.
Yeah, and these
10 years ago.
And these men are retired now. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine
Yeah.
Swanson now. Yeah, Swanson's coming off a win. Yeah, imagine Swanson comes in the next fight. Yeah, and has a banger of a fight. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, maybe this is gonna join the Hall of Fame too. And it's just
You know
like,
what?
Yeah, kind of.
You
You
know
want
what?
their career to be done.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can-
yeah.
I
That's
hear
what
you
Kachi
saying.
literally just said.
Yeah,
You know
literally.
what though? Another point to add on before we move on. I feel like what you just said, what we just all said, was a good valid point. I don't think you can't even make it unless it's that you've done 10 years.
Yeah.
Unless you tick so it's an anniversary and it helps the fans remember.
Yeah.
So there's no, when did he get, it's every 10 years, bro. You
Yeah,
can't really, they add a bunch of them or they add like every 10 to 5 years. So they can do the 25-year anniversary.
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Every 5 or 10 years, every 5 years we get, because in that way it helps us remember.
Yeah.
No, it shortens down the, no, it had to be in this year.
I wasn't,
You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't mad at Gustafsson Jones, but that was like I think 8 years after. So like even 8 years would have been fine. But like when
Yeah,
it's
8
like
years is
Dumo
alright.
Troy, but yeah,
Yeah.
I was like 5, so like 5 or 6. So yeah.
And Jones Gustafsson, bro, for like maybe
That's the best 5 ever
Bro,
watched.
for
I
at
think that's
least-
the best
for the-
back and
for-
forth 5 ever watched.
for a good percentage of
Flipping mad.
hardcore MMA fans, they probably got into the sport from that fight. Bro.
I got into the fight because of John Jones.
Yeah.
We
same,
all got
yeah,
in the
yeah,
fight
yeah.
because we all of us got in the fight because of John
Because
Jones.
if tomorrow, if Izzy and Gastelum gets inducted,
Yeah.
which was 4 years ago, by the way,
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, man, like you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
It's
Like,
not-
Nah, they
weird.
can't do that.
It was
That
you.
That would be weird. That would
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
weird,
exactly.
so,
To be
yeah.
honest with you, I think it was you that got me more into it in the sense of that all he said to me one day is, bro, you know how John starts? He starts on the floor, you know, like this. And then he crawls over, bro. It's cold, cuz. That's what he said. You know, back there. He starts a fight. Like, I was like, no. You know, after that, yeah, he sold it to me, bro. I was like, what? Like, you know the one saying, like, what? He's like, no, bro. He's like, really? Bro, like, he starts to... I'll never forget when he told me that, bro. I was like, I think that's what made me like,
That guy,
I have like them eyes on him, like, yeah. He's like, no, he's too cold, cuz. Like, where he starts. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's all about that.
That's
But
hilarious.
last question, but not least, Dana White blasts his boxing salaries. All those fucking guys are overpaid.
You know what it is? It just makes his thing look bad,
Bad,
innit?
yeah.
So he's like, fuck that. You don't need to pay them less, innit? Like,
No, but it's
He's bugging.
but at the same time, the structure's different, innit?
Yeah, that's what I said.
way
One's
that
a
things
company,
run, yeah, I mean, yeah.
One's not. You get
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
It's different.
It's also the difference is like Canelo and like, because if we check the salaries for everyone that got paid on that Canelo card with Bivol, I'm sure the co-main probably got paid way less than even Carla Esparza.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
that's the thing. It's skewed so highly to the main, sometimes code, depending who it is. But at the same time, though, when you look at, because you would have seen this, like percentages of what's being paid in the UFC compared to other organizations.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bad.
It's
That's
like,
bad.
it's not
That
on the same.
for a rookie contract, every time I fight 10 bags.
Mm.
So man, the 10 bags.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Are you mad?
Yeah.
Bro, and then I get injured, so I can't even fight again that
Yeah.
year. So I've only made 10 bags in that whole
bags
year.
the whole year,
But
yeah.
I'm going to work making more money than
Yeah.
what? Are you
Yeah.
mad, bro?
Or
That's
even
mad.
if
I
you
know
look at,
health
20 or
ins-
30, I've got to fight 3 or 4 times a year.
I
to
know
make
health
40 bags.
insurance on top of that as well.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm paying all my
Crazy.
teams, training camps, eating,
Yeah.
all of this. Bro. It's not a
Taxes.
lot of money, bro. It's
Yeah.
not a lot of money. You're living like a normal guy. You can't even afford a Montclair coat.
A lot, yeah.
Bro, real talk, bro.
They can't go Selfridges, bro.
Yeah,
they
it's
can't
all
go
bad.
uptown.
Yeah, bro. They got to stay in JD with us, bro. Like, you
It's
get me?
mad,
Keeping
bro.
it up,
You
buck
know-
50.
Nah, it's cool. You get Venom clothes, bro. Like, you wear Venom. Yeah.
No, but a lot of them, it's actually crazy because a lot of them, man, yeah, when they start out, they actually have like other jobs, like proper.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And
Joaquin
that's
Buckley
crazy.
was working in like what was it?
Yeah,
Home
walking
Depot or
back.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Home
Yeah.
Depot.
Yeah, when he did that
No,
kick,
no,
yeah.
Magny was a waitress, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Like,
Magni.
to a
Waiter,
couple
man.
fights
Waiter.
ago.
Waitress.
Waitress.
Waiter.
Waiter, say.
No, Magni, innit?
Yeah.
That's
That's
magic,
mad.
bro.
Which is mad, bro. Like you're in front
Do
of
you
these
know how long
cameras,
Magni's been there for, fam?
bro. You're in front of these
Yeah.
cameras, big crowd, yeah, and then you have to do a day job, bro. Like,
that's
no,
mad.
no,
Yeah, deep it. Yeah, Femi,
it's
What
a
makes
bit-
it worse
it's a bit
about the
mad.
Magny one as
That's
well is that
crazy.
Yeah, it's a
Magny
bit mad.
is a vet as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did I say Neil Magny?
Yeah.
No, Jeff Neal. Jeff
Oh,
Neal.
yeah, Jeff Neal.
Yeah, I get them
Why does everyone get everyone gets them too confused?
I get confused as well.
Jeff
I get them
Neal,
confused,
it's Jeff
but
Neal.
you know what? Neil Magny. I was about to say, Neil has been in the game for time for him to be doing that.
Nah,
But
Jeff
Neal, I can see
it's
that.
Jeff
Yeah,
Neal.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, man. I think that's mad.
It's the most
He
gun-shy
just
fight
got
I've
into
ever
the
seen.
ranks and like that. He's just about there. So, but-
Most gun-shy fight I've ever seen. Man. Like,
Last one.
Jeff Neal, no, just in general,
general,
man.
he's gun-shy. Yeah, he just stands there and
he's
they
so
don't do nothing.
good,
Yeah.
but he's just gun-shy. Yeah.
All right, that's it for the news. What we gonna do? Quick picks.
Quick picks.